Hey, thanks for making it to Veterans Info Tap. I'm glad you made it. Let's talk about VR&E benefits and how it can drive your income upward to over $200,000 per year. Now, this sounds crazy, but it is true. And I will tell you that I have a great relationship with Automotive Dealership Institute, and they train finance managers in a month and get them placed into jobs throughout the nation. Now, these are finance manager positions, and there are many of them throughout the nation, not just at automobile dealerships, but also, let's say, tractor sales or RVs or boats or motorcycles, you name it. There is a finance manager there, and they are always looking for more throughout the nation. Now, how can you leverage this benefit for disabled veterans? The VR&E benefit is a disabled veteran benefit. I'm going to talk about how you can get that benefit put into place, and you could work with the Automotive Dealership Institute to help get you trained up in 1 month and then get you job placed into a position wherever you're looking. Some people might want to move. If you want to move to a different county, a different city, a different state, they can help in that process, right? After you're done with your training and you tell them, here's my wish list, I'm looking in one of these places, they will help get you placed there. All right, so what is the eligibility requirements, right? Let's talk about that real quick. So it's fairly easy. If you are a veteran, are you able to qualify for VR&E? That's the question. Well, the two things must be true. You did not receive a dishonorable discharge, and you have a service-connected disability rating of at least 10%. Now, if you meet those two criteria, there's another little piece here, and I will tell you this. The people at VR&E will help you clarify all this information if you're not exactly sure. And there's also a liaison at the Automotive Dealership Institute who can also help you get everything squared away. A couple quick facts here. They have over a 90% job placement assistance with an over 90% success rate. The average income reported by the NADA for 2022 was $200,472 per year. How long is the class? Again, it's 160 hours, so it is a 4-week class. Now, I'm going to read a little bit here about this just so you are aware, and then I'm going to jump back into the eligibility criteria for VR&E. If you have any questions, they have a veteran liaison at the Automotive Dealership Institute, that's ADI, and their phone number is 888-620-0870. Now, a few things here. I want to go over with you. Automotive Dealership Institute is licensed and independent F&I, which is finance and insurance school in the U.S. For over 30 years, their automotive finance and insurance management training program has been teaching students the necessary skills to become a successful automotive finance and insurance manager, internet sales manager, desk and sales manager, or dealer representative. So there are a lot of different options here. Their cutting edge F&I management training program with classroom and live virtual training is 4 weeks of hands-on experience with 160 total classroom hours at their state-of-the-art campus. Now, here's the deal. When you're trying to get into a new position, a new job, a new wheelhouse, a lot of times that organization doesn't want to train you up. Sometimes just having education isn't enough. They want some real experience. This is the hybrid version. They cram all of this in that 1 month period and get you that real life experience utilizing the real systems that are utilized by these automotive dealerships. So some of the things that you'll learn, there's a limited list. There's more, but finance options for prime and subprime deals, structuring, desking deals, prime and subprime lending, legal compliance, software hands-on training, leasing, credit report analysis, loan processing and funding, menu selling, and objection handling. Graduation would be completed after your 4 weeks. And during that time period, you'll get all that training that you're going to need to become a successful finance manager. Now, one of the things that I wanted to point out is if you go to their website, which I will drop in the description and in the comments for you, is there's a veteran tab, and in that veteran tab there's also testimonials from veterans who have went through this. And this is why I have actually reached out and we've created this partnership, if you will, to share this information, because veterans are winning with this institution. So, proudly welcoming U.S. veterans, licensed and government approved, the only finance and insurance school to accept the post 9/11 GI Bill. U.S. veterans who qualify for post 9/11 GI Bill can apply for full tuition assistance with a generous allowance for housing and expenses. Again, the number is 888-620-0870. And I will tell you that you can utilize the post 9/11, or you can utilize VR&E, Veterans Readiness and Employment. And I think that is a very important aspect of this, because look, here's the thing. At the end of the day, sometimes we want to continue our education and get that housing allowance and better ourselves, but maybe it's not quite exactly for the job that we're wanting to go work. So in other words, utilize VR&E, get this position done, or utilize your post 9/11 and get into ADI, become a finance manager, get your feet on the ground wherever you're going, and then re-enroll in school and continue to get that housing allowance and so forth, and continue to better yourself with that education. So just a thought for you. Now, eligibility, there is a 12-year deadline, we'll call it, for some people for VR&E. Now I'm going to read this to you here. It says, if you were discharged from active duty before January 1st, 2013. So if you were discharged from active duty before January 1st, 2013, your basic period of eligibility ends 12 years from one of these dates, whichever comes later. So you have two different options here. The date you received notice of your date of separation from active duty, or, and this is the one that most people will fall under, the date you received your first VA service-connected disability rating. Okay, 12 years after that first rating. And if you're not sure when your first rating was and you were discharged from active duty before January 1st, 2013, reach out to the VA and ask them, hey, when was I first rated? When was my first rating? So you can figure out that 12-year time frame. Now, in some cases, your basic period of eligibility may be extended if a Veterans Readiness Counselor finds that you have a serious employment handicap, an SEH. Having an SEH means your service-connected disability significantly limits your ability to prepare for, obtain, and maintain suitable employment. A job that doesn't make your disability worse, is stable, and matches your abilities, aptitudes, and interests. Now, what happens if you were discharged after January 1st, 2013? Well, the 12-year period does not apply to you. So if you were discharged after January 1st, 2013, you still have that ability to utilize VR&E whenever you want. Now, for some folks, you might actually still be on active duty and getting ready to get out. And I will tell you, that's a stressful time. What happens when you're getting ready to transition out, if you don't already have a job, you're a little bit stressed trying to figure it out. Well, VR&E can be there for you as well. It says here, if I am still on active duty, am I eligible for Veterans Readiness and Employment? You may be eligible for VR&E benefits and services if you're a service member and you meet at least one of these requirements. You got two options. You have a 20% or higher pre-discharge disability rating, memorandum rating, and will soon leave the military, or you're waiting to be discharged because of a severe illness or injury that occurred while you were on active duty. All right, so that's just a few things about VR&E and how you can utilize Veterans Readiness and Employment to get a job that pays over six figures, right? Six figures is there's a big range, right? So over $100,000, upward of $200,000 in some areas. You can make a lot of money working in an environment that might be good for you. You might enjoy talking with people. You might enjoy running numbers. You might enjoy being around automobiles, right? Go work at a dealership that, you like Bentleys, go work for Bentley, right? The idea here is that you can control your future. And how can you do that? By making the smart moves up front. And look, if you want to utilize your GI Bill, utilize your GI Bill. You want to utilize VRNE, utilize VRNE. You want to continue to use your GI Bill to continue to pull the housing allowance, cool, do that. But pick something that's going to land you into a job that is going to be significant. This is a great opportunity for some folks, and maybe it's not for others. But I do want to share this because it is an important opportunity for people to know that it even exists. So with that, thanks so much for watching. I appreciate you. Have a great one. And remember, if we don't take care of each other, something went wrong.